Good afternoon. I'm Benjamin Compton. I'm an elder at Providence Community Church. I'm a husband, and I'm the father to a beautiful little girl. And on and off for years, I struggled with an addiction to internet pornography. I've been free from that addiction now for almost 9 years. And I'm here tonight to tell every Christian man who struggles with an addiction to internet pornography that he can be free by heeding these 4 commandments from God's Word, which together I call the Haggai message. So if you're ready to get free, let's go. Command number 1, consider your ways. This comes from Haggai chapter 1, verse 5 and verse 7. Specifically, consider your ways in the light of the priority that God has given to you. See, God sent Haggai's people back from exile to their promised land to rebuild the temple. That was his stated priority for them. They got started, life happened, and they turned aside from the work. Now they were facing a severe drought. Turning aside from God's priority leads to lack and misery. God's priority for the New Testament believer is this: seek to know Christ in an ever-increasing measure, no matter the cost. Whether you've realized it or not, at some point you likely got turned aside from the priority of seeking to know Christ, and now you're miserable. Command number 2, prioritize your life. We see this in Haggai 1:8, where God tells the people, go up to the hills, bring wood, and build the house that I may take pleasure in it, and that I may be glorified. Essentially, God says, do whatever it takes to return to the priority that I have given to you. And this is the same thing he tells us. What has to change in your life to make knowing Christ your great priority? Command number 3, make a commitment. And this commandment may be the very hardest of all the commandments we have here. But without it, there is no victory. Specifically, this is a commandment and a call to accountability. Men, you must be accountability to a group of brothers in the Lord. You must make a commitment to these men that you will do whatever it takes to make knowing Christ the priority of your life. And finally, brothers, you must tell your wives. Likely your wife may already suspect or already know. And if she doesn't yet, she will. You need to come clean. You need to be honest with her. You're going to need her support and strength. Command number 4, and we've already touched on this, and I get it from Paul in chapter 3 of the book of Philippians. Paul writes, I want to know Christ in the power of his resurrection and share in his suffering, and I want to become like him in his death. Now pay attention here. Paul knows Christ and the power of his resurrection, but he wants to know it more, and he will do whatever it takes to do so. Just a few verses later, he commands the Philippian church to follow his example and think the same way. Brothers, the pursuit of Christ is the foundation of the Christian walk and the road to freedom and resurrection power. If seeking to more know Christ, no matter what, becomes your very life, you will get free of pornography. I'm living proof. Summary and conclusion. At the end of 2004, I was in bondage to pornography. I cried out to God for deliverance. At the beginning of 2005, he spoke these commands into my heart, and I obeyed. At the end of 2005, I was amazed to find these very commands in the tiny little book of Haggai. Any Christian man who desires to get free from bondage to pornography can do so by heeding these commands. I am living proof. For a more thorough look at the Haggai message, or information on how you can start a Haggai men's group, contact me at avisionforlife@gmail.com. That's avisionforlife@gmail.com. avisionforlife@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing you. Thank you.